Cameo usage is fascinating to me, particularly Cyrax, because there was a lot of complaints about Cyrax and setups and things like that. And you look at high-level Mortal Kombat and nobody used him. None of these top players on stream used him. So I think that's fascinating. But then on the flip side, Movado, I actually just started picking up Movado to use with Astra, and I see why people use him. He just opens up your combo routes in a way that no other Kameo does. And I think his usage coincides with the high usage of Havoc. These two characters together are really, really powerful. So I think that's what that's about. Farah as well, like these top 4 here, I'm not surprised. Farah gives you access to a lot of 50-50s. Chameleon is Chameleon. She has so many options, and Janet Cage is pretty good. Now, I want to talk about Sector. Sector received some buffs recently and has completely changed the meta. The way Sector is used, Sector gives a lot of characters a lot of pressure. And so I'm not surprised to see his usage high up there. And everyone else seems pretty average. Like, what I mean by that is we don't see a lot of Dariuses usually. We don't see a lot of Goros. We don't see a lot of Frost. And so their usage being down here is not surprising to me. As well as Shujinko. Shujinko is not really an easy Kameo to play. They've made him a little bit easier to digest and to use with multiple characters. But I just think Movado is so easy to play. Even though the game rates him as expert, he's pretty easy to navigate. And also, you have to look at the correlation between who's the most used Kameos and who's the most used characters, right? Movado and Havoc, really good team. Sector and Takeda, really good team. Farah and Scorpion, really good team. Almost everyone in Chameleon, really good team. So this I love this kind of data because it's a different way to look at gameplay and character usage. And it really informs what is driving how people play in this game. And as you can see by these character usage numbers, there are a lot of powerful characters in this game. I think the game is mildly balanced. It's in a good place. I think a couple of characters need a few tweaks here and there, but I think we're in a good place, and these numbers certainly show that. I think what's going to be important going forward is for the next stops with the Kombat Cup and the pro competition is when we go to different regions in the world and in the US, you're going to see a much different variety. And I think that's the exciting part of analyzing character usage data like this.